What is going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. In the last video that I made of the Soarer, you guys saw that I made the decision to get this car painted. And for those of you that don't know, we had wrapped this car 2 months or so ago, and unfortunately the fuck is going on? Yeah, we wrapped the car 2 months or so ago, and unfortunately the cold weather from the car being stored in an unheated environment, I guess, caused the wrap to peel, shrink back, and just not look what I had hoped. So today is an awesome day because me, Nate, and Brett will be attacking this car, trying to get as much, if not all, of the wrap off of the car and get it prepped for paint for next week. So I'm on my way to Nate's right now, and when we get there I need to help him because his car's dead. Let's go meet Nate. You guys can see I already kind of started just to see how it would be, and well, today we got quite the work ahead of us, I'll tell you that much. This kid is making me come in the house because he's playing Apex and he doesn't want to come out until he finishes his game. Welcome, Nate, to the party.
All right, listen, I was in the fucking last round of Apex and I got the fucking W, so he can...
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's jumpstart your car now. I can never get over this screen. So cool. So we're waiting for Nate's car to charge up.
It's really dead.
And we figured we'd just kind of get a head start while we're sitting here waiting for it to charge.
German engineering.
It's coming off pretty easy, so that, I mean... Is this what people call a livery? I mean, the wrap is warmed up from the sun, so it comes off really nicely. Wow, this is not
you ready for a big chunk of your paint to come off? Ah, okay.
It kind of did in the body line, but that's okay. She getting sprayed. Just leave it flapping like that. Look at this though, we got the entire quarter panel like 80% done in 2 minutes. So today might not be as bad as I was anticipating, which is good because it was a lot harder to put on. So I just pulled up to the shop and realized that they had just cleared out this entire lot of all of the dealer cars that were stored here, including the ones that were parked here. And it's right in the sun, and I think that this would be a pretty suitable spot to do the wrap because it'll just be in the sun all day. It'll be nice and warm. We do have a heat gun, so I mean, if some parts are harder, we can pull it into the shop and use the heat gun. But I think to get off probably the majority of all of this, we could do it right here. The front bumper is going to be a little harder to do, and like a lot of the intricate little pieces probably a little harder to do. But we have a heat gun for stuff like that, and razors and all that stuff. So I'm gonna set you guys down and I guess figure out a good piece to start on. I need to do body work to these mirrors before I send them off to get painted. There's like a crack under the wrap right here, and all of it's just kind of spider cracked just because it's old plastic and needs to be fixed. I don't know if they're gonna do that or if I can just do it, but I don't know. I'll figure that out, but I gotta get all this wrap off. Time lapse starts now. Okay. This is why. I tried to spray to clean my windshield a couple days ago and nothing happened, and I was like, my outer wiper fluid. They're just completely freaking covered. Completely covered. We totally forgot to peel it. Oh man.
Mike's ordering all this new windshield washer.
Dude, I was ready to go to AutoZone. I was ready to get more fluid. I was like, what's going on here? That is so funny. All right, well, the parts that are in the sun are coming off awesome. Parts on the side of the car are kind of ripping a little bit, but I read up on it, that's what happens. About halfway done with the door, and we're gonna let the car just kind of sit in the sun for a little bit, and then well, Brett's gonna continue on his tint, but we'll get back to this. I was worried that this was going to take like 2 days to take off, because I've seen on Instagram like people driving around with their cars like half peeled off, half not peeled off, because like it takes forever and all that stuff. But if we're already almost halfway done with the car, or like at least one side of the car, and it's coming along good, so I'm pretty happy with that so far. Guys are having a good time. This side of the car was in the sun for the most amount of time, so it's coming off pretty easy.
Oh, Jesus. This is how you can pull your quarter panels out.
Right, you should put some wrap on your hood and just pull it out.
That's not cool.
Oh wait, I should probably air up to get under there, shouldn't I?
Nah, fuck that, bro. Gang. I was told if you just heat it, it just goes right back to its shape. Oh my god, Mike, don't do that again.
Yeah, spook you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that's not the correct way to do it, but it's working. All right, so at this point we have passenger side fender, passenger side door, passenger side quarter panel, the driver side door, driver side quarter panel, and half of the trunk done.
Yeah,
the roof, quarter. The roof is coming off like butter because it's just been exposed to the sun the entire time. So, I mean, it just comes off super easy, which is awesome. So.
I can't wait for somebody to tell me that I'm peeling this wrong.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna attack this roof with Brett, and we'll just bang it off, get done. All right, so we're taking a break. We've got the car mostly done. Well, most of the big pieces. We still have the hood and fender and bumper and rear bumper and all that stuff, but we're gonna go get some drinks because we want some drinks. And this is a tedious job, and hands are hurting. Not exactly the most fun thing to do, but it's what you gotta do. All right, so we just got back from getting drinks. I kind of betrayed Duncan today a little bit. I think the next thing that I'm going to try and tackle is the hood. It's definitely the biggest part on the car. And then after that, we'll have the front bumper, fender, and rear bumper, and both side skirts to do. And then the car will be back to white. And I honestly thought that this was going to suck a lot more than it is. But I think just because of the warm weather and the sun beating down on it, it just comes off easily. So that's good. But I'm gonna swap a new battery in this thing, set you guys down, and we'll start getting this hood going. It's a white car again. You guys want to see what $1,000 worth of trash wrap looks like? That's what it looks like. Cool color, just didn't last very long, which is unfortunate. But the sun is kind of in and out, and we need the heat gun to get what's left off the car. So I'm gonna back it up into the shop, or I'll drive forward, get the front bumper knocked out since that's already kind of like half done-ish. Use the heat gun to help get all that stuff off, and then I'll spin it around. We'll get the rear bumper, and then the side skirts, and this thing is officially de-wrapped and ready for paint, which I still haven't decided on, so let's do it. Hey guys, well, me and Brett, we tackled this front bumper pretty hard, and 99.9% of the wrap is gone.
We still have to disconnect the bumper a little bit just so that we can get in here and peel all the stuff that's trapped behind there. But it's good. The heat made it come off pretty easily, which is awesome. I know you guys, it's kind of hard to see because of the contrast and light and stuff, but no, the bumper came out good, which I'm stoked for. We'll probably spin the car around just so that we can get back in here a little easier. We took all the panel bond and stuff off of the rear lip just so that we could get under it and all that stuff. Got to get behind the license plate and take the taillights out so that we can get in there. Maybe. I don't know if we need to do that, but if we do, it's no big deal. It's all part of the prep stuff. So we got both side skirts off. We're getting those done. It shouldn't take too long to get all the wrap off those. It's been a really productive day and I'm very excited for that. Still haven't decided on a color, not entirely sure. I have two choices and I'll put them on the screen right now. Two ideas. One of them is a GS300 color. It's called Black Cherry. It's very close to the 3M Black Rose. And you guys know that color. Adam's got that color on his S15. It's a nice color, but it's the paint version. So that's one of my candidates. I'm leaning more towards that color. Or I have the factory wine red that this car would come in from the factory. Only thing that I don't like about it too much is that it's a lot more red than I kind of want. I want it to be more dark and subtle. So I'm still debating on it, but feel free to leave down in the comments which one you guys prefer. And this girl's getting sent off to paint next week. So for context for this, Pierce has a rear end that he's swapping out, and the thing weighs like 500 pounds, and none of us want to confidently lift it up and carry it 200, I don't even know if you guys can see me, carry it, 300 feet over to our shop. So we're using the caddy. You guys couldn't see me.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's a lot nicer.
What are you guys doing?
Hell yeah. That fucking...
All right, so we've been hanging out for a bit, but I've been working on the last little bit that we need to do before we put the side skirts back on, and this thing is ready to go. We need to take the wheels off in the front so that we can get to the back of the bumper because there was a bunch of wrap that was stuck in between the crease here, so we just had to unbolt this, pull it back, take all the wrap off, and put it back in. So this side is all set. I'm gonna leave you guys on the ground, time lapse it, we're gonna do the other side, and then after that we'll slap the side skirts on, and this thing will be done, I think. I still have to do the mirror thing, but I don't know how I want to do it. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it to them. I don't know yet. But, let's do it. All right, well, it is the end of the day. Car is fully back together and it is officially de-wrapped, and it looks exactly the way it did when we sent it off to get wrapped like a month, 2 months ago. It's crazy. The wrap came off really easy. Heat obviously is a huge factor in this. As soon as we put the heat gun on it, it came off like butter. Earlier in the day when we did it bright out in the sun, it came off like butter, but once the clouds rolled in, it was ripping and tearing everywhere and it got colder outside. So it was a pain, but it didn't come off as bad as I had expected, which is good. So with that being said, this car is fully ready to get prepped and painted, and I'm stoked for that. They don't have an availability until early next week, so I won't be dropping it off until maybe Monday, Tuesday, and that will give me some time to figure out what I want to do with the side mirror, and I need to get the side skirts officially bolted up. They were held on with panel bond when we did the wrap, but when we took the panel bond off, there are no holes and we don't have a drill here, so I can't drill holes. So I'm gonna figure all that little stuff out off camera. That's not a big deal, But I hope you guys are excited for this thing to get painted. I know you guys are asking for performance content and stuff like that on this thing, which is obviously to come. This car has an awesome engine and I plan on doing a lot of cool things to it. Those things are to come. I just wanted to get the look of this car figured out and done for the beginning of the season. That way I can just take it to a show regardless of it has engine performance upgrades or not, and have it still look good. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one, hopefully when we send this thing off to get painted, and it's gonna look awesome.
Peace.